Once again, you had another issue at another school. Now, this particular school is supposed to be teaching children about slavery, but I want you to hear exactly how they did that. Let's roll the clip.
He doesn't know anything about that, so I just feel like that was in poor taste.
The parent is talking about this Black history assignment that was given to second graders at Bennett Venture Academy. The assignment was titled Running for Freedom. The kids were told to write a letter to a slave master describing their reasons for running away for their freedom.
I feel like they need to, if they're going to teach Black history, teach it more in a positive way and not negative, because I feel like that's negative.
The homework assigned other tasks like including details from the songs Follow the Drinking Gourd and Wade in the Water to support the students' reasons.
I don't think that 7, 8, 9-year-olds should be exposed to that. I feel like the teacher could have given them a more, she wanted to do a Black history. There's plenty of Black people that have done positive things, and I feel like that should have been a focus, and they would have understood that better.
The parent doesn't want the teacher fired, but feels the assignment was culturally insensitive.
I think that somebody needs to talk to her.
Listen, I want every child to learn about slavery. Slavery in this nation is part of American history. Not just calling it Black history or something during Black History Month. No, American history. You cannot separate slavery that happened to our ancestors here in America with anything else. You can't separate that. It's part of it. It's part of the story. Now, the teacher, I don't know what kind of sick racism that this teacher was on, because why are you telling children to write a letter to a slave master? Because no one wrote a letter to a slave master to get their freedom. No one did that at all. They got their freedom through a few means. You had meritorious manumission. Basically, is a way for you to get free by doing a few things. Either you save the life of your slave master, you make the slave master a whole lot of money, maybe like you had an invention or something like that, so you made him a lot of money, or you told him about an uprising that's going to happen, and then that was the ways that you can get your meritorious manumission. After that, people would escape from slavery, or they will be part of a uprising and free themselves. But all of that, what I'm talking about, was no letter writing to a slave master. That didn't happen. So why are you telling kids to think in their mind to write for their freedom? That's sick. I mean, you could teach kids about slavery, but you don't have to do that. That's why I say, y'all, when I talk about these schools and I say we in the Black community need to have Afrocentric schools. I told y'all so many times, you don't have to ask nobody to do that. You don't have to beg. You don't need bank money to do that. All you need in every city is about 5,000 to 10,000 people ready to go at all times. These 5,000 to 10,000 people got the money enough to donate at least $100 a month to a pool. And these schools can be open. But we got to get all the self-hate out. We got to get all the jealousy out. We got to get all the envy out in order for us to progress. And we also got to pump our brakes on listening to anybody outside of our community. No one should have a mouth on what we do. See, when people try to tell me certain things about what we should be doing in the Black community, I'm going to pump your brakes right then and there. Like, you don't come tell us what we need to do, because I know good and well you got problems in yours that you need to solve. Let us handle our problems. It's just that simple. Now, if you come in under the guise of help and you generally helping, then I can see that and I'm cool with that. But if you just run off at your mouth and saying that we shouldn't be advocating for Afrocentric schools when the evidence shows, the facts show, the success of our children show that these schools will work as long as they have the right teachers and properly funded. They don't have our kids going to jail. They don't have our kids suspended. They don't have a bunch of race soldiers running around these schools trying to put charges on our children. Yes, I'm going to promote that when I see great things coming out of these schools. Our children graduating at 14 and 15 years old. Why wouldn't I promote that? You have public schools that's telling them to write letters to a slave master. Last week I covered a story where you made black children participate in a mock slave auction. And I would not advocate these schools. I would advocate the creation of them. Well, I'll be a fool and a half not to advocate that. Because see, I'm the type of person, I don't believe in begging people to do something they don't want to do. And the thing is, y'all don't want to change nothing. You want to continue with your racism, and that's fine. That you're not going to change. I get it. I'm not one to beg you. I'm trying to tell black people, you the one need to make moves, because you can't keep giving your children to a system that treats your children that way and expect a different result. That means we're insane. That's what that means. I'm not one to always complaining on them like that, who constantly keep doing it when they keep showing us. Now, I have to tell you to you. I have to report it to you. Why? Not because you don't know or you know different things about racism, whatever. I tell you because I wanted to get it in your head that you need to do something. And maybe if it keeps being presented to you, you're like, man, we gotta fix this. We can't keep allowing our children to be subjected to this. Their self-esteem to be broken, their countenance to be broken, not being treated the right way. Like, we're giving our children to these entities, or losing your child 3 times. That sort of thing. I'm like, how much more do we need to know? It's on us to do it. We can do it. We don't need to beg nobody. We got to just act like how we act when we go into them stores and spending money. We got to spend money in our communities. And you can't sit up there and point fingers at, well, this guy did wrong and that guy. Look, people do wrong all the time. But not everybody out here trying to do wrong. We got people that want to do the right thing. We got to do this, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to our children. We have to. We can't keep seeing this, and I can't keep reporting this, and then we're spending $1.4 trillion a year, but yet we can't create schools, any of it. I have a big issue with that. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story. But until we make a move, ladies and gentlemen, and show that our children is precious to us and we cannot tolerate them to be miseducated or mistreated, is going to continue to happen.